And we are the Other People Show. It is February 11th, 2023, and we are welcome and we're glad to be here. We're welcoming every one of you with open arms. Join us for the show. And we're going to try to have not a train wreck, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, get scoot just a little bit closer. So, we are the Other People Show. We're live and we're from the WMMT studio in the RV, and we're great. We're happy to be here.
Yes.
Greatly happy, if that's a phrase. I don't know if that's really a phrase.
Really happy.
But I'm hoping that we have audio, please. It's not proper grammar, is it? So please leave us a comment in the comment section. Tonight we're going to be talking about a lot of cool things, a lot of interesting things. Before that, people can hear us. Thank you, Susan. Check out the Other People Show on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. New shows are going up weekly, usually 2 shows a week.
Yes, you're doing good.
We had Indecent Proposal this past Wednesday, but I was stood up for my indecent proposal. So I was standing at the altar alone, talking about Indecent Proposal, which turned out to be the lowest rated show that we have had.
The one where you're alone?
The one where I'm alone. So the one where I'm alone is the lowest rated show.
I wouldn't take that personally.
I'd take it very personally.
Well, no, you shouldn't take that personally.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Well, anyway, I do feel bad about that, but I do enjoy doing the show.
That movie's a touchy subject. So.
It is a touchy subject, and it is a movie that I think people should watch and give a chance. And they should also go back and watch Real Talk, Donnie Darko, Clay Pigeons, Indecent Proposal. And this Wednesday, Casey is joining me on a movie called Killing Zoe. So that's going to be happening Wednesday at 10:30. And as I said a moment ago, if you didn't see that train wreck, which hopefully most people didn't, just moments before.
Yes, just totally.
We have a sketch coming out tomorrow, written and directed by Atlanta, called Happy Birthday.
Definitely need to watch that.
That's going to be on the Other People's Show tomorrow at noon. So, as we said, the Super Bowl is actually tomorrow.
Yes.
Instead of last week.
You totally picked the wrong day to try to premiere something.
Yeah. But here's what I'm hoping.
Did you think you were going to beat out the Super Bowl
commercials? I thought maybe
think that was going to happen?
I thought maybe, in between do they still do that Puppy Bowl?
The Puppy Bowl?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? They used to do they used to do like at halftime they would have these little puppies.
I know they had puppies a lot on there. Oh, I saw that the Clydesdales,
those horses?
Yeah, the big Clydesdales, the Anheuser-Busch, the Budweiser horses. They had 4 babies.
Were they going to make an appearance in the commercials?
No, I'm not sure if they're putting them in the commercials, but it had a picture of them in the barn. They were very cute.
Very cool, very cool.
But they were still big.
How big were they, you think?
Their babies look like, almost.
Like, could we ride them, the babies? Or would we be too?
I wouldn't recommend it.
You don't think we could fit on them? Or you think we could fit on them, but it would
hurt it?
We'd hurt it, you think?
You can't ride a baby horse.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
Well, I was like, if you...
Do you know what age you can actually start riding a horse? Let's do trivia.
What age can you ride a horse? I'm going to guess 5.
The horse's age?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. Are you thinking I'm talking?
I'm talking about the horse's age.
The human age.
Oh, the human age.
No, I was talking about the horse.
Oh, I would say if it was...
How old is a horse before it can start being ridden?
6.
Really?
Well, that's what Susan said, 6. Susan's my mother, so hello, mother.
Let's see. What is your guess?
Well, I said 5 initially. 2 years old. Is it 2?
Does anybody else care to guess?
No, somebody said 1.
2.
2? Okay.
It is 2.
So when does it get full grown?
They will grow for several years after.
Because you grew up riding horses, right?
Well, I don't ride them so much as admire them from the ground.
Okay. Okay.
I grew up around horses. Yes.
Did you personally have horses?
My dad has always had horses. Yes.
Look, what were some of the names of the horses?
Oh my goodness.
Because Jake, he has I think he has 4 horses. Now he's like the co-owner, but the racing horses.
What kind of racing horses?
You know, I'd have to go back and listen to the show just to see what kind. I can't remember, but they did well. One of them did well at the Kentucky Derby, and I think he won. You know,
thoroughbreds.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I have ridden a horse.
Have you?
Yeah, and its name was. This is a weird story. Now, I was probably back in 2010, and I went there, and Terry and I went there because she had horses when she was younger, or a horse, and she, hadn't ridden in a while, so we went, and the guy trained us, and kind of gave us what to do, what not to do, and I hadn't been on a horse in a long, long time. So when I actually got on the horse, and we were kind of galloping at a nice pace, the horse suddenly started talking to me. Talking to me. And as we traveled, I got to learn that this horse was a descendant of Mr. Ed, that TV horse. And I'm like, what are the chances of me taking a trip?
That's the horse that you got to ride.
On a horse farm, I guess. I don't know what it's called.
A horse farm.
We did ride the horses, though. I get the ranch. It was the ranch. Would that be what it would be? The ranch?
Would be a ranch, yes.
And this was the long, 2 horses down, the descendant of Mr. Ed, the famous TV horse.
Which side? His mother's or his father's?
It was his father's. And I asked.
And what was this horse's name?
Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie.
Mr. Eddie.
Yeah. Ed,
Eddie,
and Ed. Yeah.
Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie. And this was Mr. Eddie. I do, actually. So that's really my last encounter with a horse, to be honest with you. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I do enjoy it. And I do think any time somebody should get a chance to ride a horse, they should if they know what they're doing.
Yes.
I was reading about
very dangerous.
Well, I was reading about Christopher Reeve the other day. I don't know why. And his story, his horse accident made me sad. But there's also a connection because Jake is from the town of Culpeper, which is where actually the accident of Christopher Reeve happened.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a sad bit of
sad. Yes.
Yeah, sad side note. I apologize for that.
You're trying to just depress us.
Bring everyone down. So what's been going on with you, Stacey? Anything much?
Not anything very exciting, I guess. But
Nothing exciting?
No, probably not.
Now,
I don't know. Work, What?
Do you work your fingers to the bone? And I don't know if the audience knows this, but the other day we had went up to the Stacey's to play a game. We were going to play a game of Uno. But when Stacey started shuffling these cards and shuffling out to us, I happened to notice that one of her fingers was like hanging from the bone. And I said, what's happened? And she said, I don't want to say, but I've actually worked my fingers to the bone. And they seem to be okay now.
Yeah, they're back.
But
I took a vacation.
she took a vacation, regenerated the skin.
Yeah.
Let's see your fingers now.
See, they're all back.
All right, good.
Back intact.
So okay, good. So if you ever had that working your fingers to the bone, the remedy is a week off. Soak your hands in salt and vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed chips.
Crushed chips.
Salt and vinegar crushed chips.
Yes.
It'll make all the
Makes
bone.
all the bones go back together.
Yeah.
The way they're supposed to.
So I think that's
Oh, I also decided, you know, I'm doing my photography thing.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm. That's new in my world.
So you said you have a room that you're turning into your kind of like a studio.
It'll be like a small studio. So
because you're going to have some like antique sofa and stuff for your backdrop, and then you've got some lighting.
Yes, I have all that.
And then you're going to paint the room.
We're going to paint the room.
It's pretty exciting.
And also, I have obviously capabilities of traveling to do this. So.
Right.
But I just did that recently with the newborn.
Well, you said you had taken over 500 photos, right? And like any great, because I'm sure a lot of people know this by now, but maybe they don't. When you're being a photographer, trying to get the right image, capture the moment, you're going to have to take a lot of pictures like that and sort through for every perfect pose. How many photos are taken? Hundreds. And you've whittled it down to a couple hundred now? 120?
I think I have it down to 180. So
okay.
I'll probably cut a few more out of that, but then I'll have my perfect set that I like anyway.
And then you're also putting together a portfolio.
Yes.
Okay. So very cool.
Hoping to get that going.
Now, speaking of photos and stuff, I don't know how many people dive into looking at celebrities on Instagram. Occasionally, I'll venture on there just to see what's happening in that world. So, probably a few months ago, I was on. I guess I saw maybe on the news feed, the Material Girl herself, which she's not really a girl. I would say it's 60 some years old.
Not a girl.
More so an alien-looking being, wouldn't you say?
She looks very not like Madonna-ish anymore.
No, not at all. And there was an article that I saw today, and it said everyone's upset because you can tell Madonna has plastic surgery. I was thinking, I'm not really against plastic surgery. Are you?
No, whatever.
I have had
anybody who wants to do what they want to do.
I've had plastic surgery. On this finger. Now this is a case of horrible plastic surgery, but it's plastic surgery nonetheless.
Are you trying to? We're gonna say the place.
No, I don't want to say that place because it is a well-known place. It is the University of. I'm not going to say. But I'm not saying that they didn't do a good job. It just wasn't what I expected. Also, I've had plastic surgery on my ear. This ear. Plastic surgery.
What happened to your ear?
So this ear actually used to stick out a little bit, and it always bothered me my entire life. And so I would often Facetune it in pictures. So I was like, you know what? Facetune's $2 a month. I'm not going to rent this anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and have the real thing done.
You're gonna have your ear.
So that's plastic surgery.
So you had your ear chopped off.
Yes. And there's actually like behind my ear, I don't know if you can see it back there. there's like a little, you can feel where they cut a little bit of my ear and pushed it back. Can you see that at all?
I can
Back
see,
there?
yes, the chin back there.
Because it's weird when people do have plastic surgery. A lot of the times they'll take skin from behind the ear, sometimes the hand, the neck. You know,
they do.
So Madonna is one of the worst plastic surgery specimens. Who else would you put on some of the worst?
I hate. I don't want to speak. Kenny Rogers has passed away, obviously, but I thought his was terrible.
Yeah. Now there was a list that I had pulled up about.
He did not look like anything like himself.
No, he was a bad one. Kenny Rogers is one of the first ones that was on the list.
That's the one I thought he looked.
Not even like Kenny Rogers.
He didn't even look like him, and he'd had so much.
Now, he did say that he wasn't happy about it, and he said he had a botched eyelid lift. He said with his tight eyelids, he no longer looks like the scruffy, masculine man that we knew and loved from the 70s.
I don't think it was only the eyelids.
True. The lady that looks like the cat is... I see a picture of her. We'll come to her in a moment. Joan Rivers was someone that had a lot of plastic surgery.
Yes.
Now, we're looking at also at a picture of Joan Rivers from a black and white photo, and I guess one near later in life. And Joan Rivers was a nice-looking lady. I didn't really see the reason that she might have needed that much plastic surgery.
No.
Maybe a touch-up here and there. Versace. She's often... Michael Jackson is often on the list.
I'm sure.
And I was... I often do little... When I'm having insomnia, I'll... especially a couple of years ago, I would often look up Michael Jackson facts, plastic surgery facts about Michael Jackson. And he is said to have had at least 10 to 12 rhinoplasty nose jobs. Cleft put in his chin.
He almost...
Lip augmentation. He had tattoos for eyebrows. And a lot of it...
he didn't even look like...
Not like really real...
Like a real person. I don't want to say real person, but...
I don't know. Now, later on, he... Now, with his skin, he did have vitiligo, but vitiligo only hits in patches.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier to make the dark patches light than the lighter ones dark. So he made all his skin match, which is often why he wore tape on his fingertips, because under his nails were still black. So if you ever seen him wear tape on his... And it's for dancing too, but that was another reason.
Really?
Yep. Because how would you really dye your skin under your nails? You couldn't.
You couldn't do that.
Nope. So Michael Jackson was another one. Jocelyn Wildstein. She's the one, the cat lady. The Lion Woman of New York. And they were all misguided attempts to win back her husband. I didn't know that. Had you seen her before?
Was that the one that did the whiskers or whatever?
Yeah, the whiskers.
Yeah.
The whiskers.
That's ridiculous.
Jennifer Grey.
Oh, yeah.
Was another one.
I think that affected her acting career maybe after she had her nose, because that was kind of what...
Like a trademark. Like it
it doesn't even look like her anymore.
No. She had and the thing is, her plastic surgery wasn't a bad plastic surgery. Like it went well. Like it did what it was supposed to.
Her appearance so
completely.
drastically.
Yeah, completely.
It kind of...
And Mickey Rourke. Now his I was obsessed with his facial reconstruction. And we are back. I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but we are back nonetheless. So we were talking about Mickey York. His facial plastic surgery has been god awful. Now he doesn't even really look like the same person at all.
No.
And
not
if
at
you
all.
look at his plastic surgery, this is from a couple of years ago. This photo. If you look at him now, it's even worse. It's even worse. So I feel bad because he was a talented and fairly handsome guy when he was younger. But if you
Mhm.
look at him now, people would really not know. Like, is that the same guy? Is that the same person? Carrot Top. Have you seen his plastic surgery?
No. Oh my goodness.
No, Carrot Top now is a really buff, masculine, muscle guy.
Wow.
But his plastic surgery is abominable. It's horrible. Now I would never
Yes, I can see from here that it not good at all.
I would never say that people should, constantly have plastic surgery, but some people's plastic surgery have turned out well. I thought Cher. But anyway, so what was the next? Honestly forgot what the next thing on the topic was. Oh, so if you found out that you did have 1 year left to live,
Mhm.
would you live your life differently than you're living it now? Do you think you'd live it differently?
Yes, I know I would.
Like, what would be like? How would it be? What would you do differently than you do now? Would you still get up? Like, I know that you would. I would probably still work, but it would be like, when would you get to the point? Let's say that you have a year, but it's not you. You know that you're going to have a year of like good health, but it's you got 1 year. But it's not like you're going to be sickly. You're in bed. You're still going to be able to do stuff. You're still going to be able to take those risks if you want to take it. How would you do it, or what would you do? Do you think?
I would spend as much time as possible with my family and do all of the. I would do whatever I have to.
Well, would there be things that you would see with your family, or when you're with your family, and you're like, you know what, we've always kind of wanted to do this as a family. Let's do this now. Let's go on that trip. Let's do these things that we've maybe always mentioned and always thought about, but never have really done. But is there anything that you thought about with, because you'd mentioned like, this obviously this would not be that grand of a thing, but having your family come onto the show and sing and play,
Yes.
like, that would be a cool thing.
That
And because that would be a cool thing that you could have with, even after you would pass away, they would have that video, they would have that audio, and it would be a great memory that you all get to share together, but pass on and on and on.
That would be awesome.
But what other kind of things would you like to do? What about? I would want to go on. Go. I'll let you go first, and then I'll jump in.
I've never been on a cruise.
Okay, a cruise.
Only because I want to go to Alaska. I would like to go to Alaska.
So like going around Alaska.
Yeah, just so we can see, just so I can see us all.
Right. That would be a cool thing.
I don't know. What would you do?
Now, I think one of the things that I would do, and I would do this near the end, I would want to travel to places that I've never been, try to hit all 50 states.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely want to go out west.
Yeah, I want to go back west again. I like a lot of the western. I like Wyoming and Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, those kind of states. But one of the things that I really would do, and I don't have many enemies, but I would get one of, choose which enemy or enemies or flat out people I just don't like to take a hot air balloon ride with me. And when we're looking at the beautiful sunset or sunrise, whatever, and they're looking over at the the Grand Canyon or whatever, I'll just slightly push them out. What are they going to do to me? It's my last day.
Well, you're right about that.
Or I would want them to maybe. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Mind if I come in?
Oh, that's fine. Or I would really have them just as the balloon is going, hold on to the ropes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So therefore, they would be in fear, not knowing if they're going to survive or if they're not going to survive. And then what would they do to me?
Nothing.
Because it's my last day.
Yes, this is
and if I'm in the hot air balloon, I could say I'm going out on top. I'm above everything else. So I think that would be, kind of some fun things to do. Now, what about
skydiving? Would you go skydiving?
That's something that I've thought about multiple times.
The Tim McGraw song.
And what the live like you were dying.
Yeah.
And I might do skydiving. I might actually come and do skydiving.
I don't think I could do it.
You don't think so?
No, you'd have to push me out.
Oh.
Someone would have to push me.
Now, my sister did skydiving a while back. Hey, Ron. Hope you're well, too. Ron's a good guy. I just want to say that. Ronald Ball, he's a solid guy. But yeah, my sister did skydiving, and I think she had said that she had wanted to do it again. And I was invited skydiving. Remember me telling you? I think I mentioned. I know I told the audience. I think, and I may have told you as well. Is that someone ruined a date one time of mine at Applebee's, and the girl that I had went there with had invited me to go skydiving once.
Yes.
But I was a sad sack, and kind of afraid, to be honest with you. So I decided not to go. So I didn't go. And I don't know. Thank you, Ron. I don't know if I really. I mean, I'm glad that I didn't go, because if I had went, what if it had went badly? I wouldn't be sitting here rambling on now. So 5 or 6 other people's lives would have been so much better. So yeah. But yeah, it's been a great show tonight. We're going to wrap up. We've got a good 30-minute show. Sorry for all the technical issues, but I think other than that, it's been a pretty decent show.
Yes. They just appreciate patience of working with technology. It's great. It's wonderful.
It is, and we're going to get back to when we're everything is like it should be. It's going to be a smooth show, but it takes a little while to get there, and we're going to get there soon enough. Well, never soon enough, but hopefully soon. Before we go, though, now, do you prefer dining out, eating fast food, or cooking at home? Because mine's changed throughout my life. And now I'm in the more of the dining at home for the most part.
I would rather eat at home.
For multiple reasons. And, now Susan was saying she loves dining out. Now, I do like dining out at certain places, but I don't really like fast food.
No, I'm not a big fast food person.
And a lot of the places that I would really want to eat at, we really don't have those places around. Or it's like, I've eaten at the same places so much that I've kind of had my fill of those places for a while. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I would recommend, and Ron likes dining at home, I would recommend everyone get an air fryer. I think that's one of the best things.
That's one of the best things ever. I use mine all the time.
You use it quite often?
Mm-hmm.
But you're a good cook, though. You cook often, too, right?
I do.
Because you make things for your family. Like, are you going to make anything? You got a birthday party tomorrow?
No, it's
Tuesday. Is it Tuesday, the birthday party? Tomorrow's, sorry, my voice is cracked. Did you hear that? No. Tomorrow. Sorry, everyone.
Tomorrow's the Super Bowl.
That's true. Ow. My finger got stuck.
So no.
What are you making tomorrow?
I'm not sure exactly what I have to make yet. We're going to do like hors d'oeuvres, appetizers and stuff.
Hors d'oeuvres.
I can't.
Trying to say it.
I'll skip back to appetizers. Realize what I did there.
What kind of appetizers?
Well, we're not doing that now. So now I knew what I had in my head.
I'm
always
what did you
in
have
charge of sausage balls, pasta salad, chicken salad.
Okay.
Croissants, stuff like that. That's
Okay.
what I usually end up making.
Now, I will say this.
I'm a salad person.
You're not a salad person?
No, I'm in charge of usually.
The salad type thing. Now, the other night you had made, Lana and I had tried some chili.
Mm-hmm. I made that for my nephew's birthday.
And that was actually last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really good. And cooking for one person is a difficult task.
It is. I've always cooked for a whole, family.
A big family.
So, I'm not good at just cooking for one person or even two people. If I try that, I end up having leftovers all week.
Yeah, I understand. Ron saying he would like to open his own Southern cooking family style dining restaurant, which would be a cool thing. I think running a restaurant, I personally wouldn't know how to run the restaurant, but I would know how to run certain businesses.
Running a restaurant is very, very, very involved.
Yeah. No, I do like to watch. On occasion, I would put on the Gordon. What is it? The Gordon Ramsay. Is he the mean chef? Chef
Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. When he goes in and tries to like revamp the establishment.
Save them their places.
Yeah. And I don't watch it often, but when I do, I usually just watch when he criticizes the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just watched a Hallmark movie that was based on that same thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guy comes to their restaurant because it's a family restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant, and her husband has passed away, and so she's going to his restaurant. And the guy who invests in it with her was like ready to pull out to invest in something else. So the guy he hires to come in to do the same thing as Gordon Ramsay does on the show, he decides to stay and help her just because he's a nice person. So.
Is this a Candace Cameron Hallmark movie?
No, not her. She's not in it.
Or that dark-headed girl?
Lacey.
Yeah. Charvet?
I never knew I was.
Is it her?
Nope, she wasn't in it.
She's in quite a few Hallmark
in a lot
movies,
of them.
isn't she?
Mhm.
Now, something interesting about Hallmark movies before we let you all go is most Hallmark movies are $2 million movies, as are Netflix movies typically. So they're always able to generate profit because the production costs are low. And that's why they hire a lot of the same actors and actresses, because it's kind of like that's just their, they get paid a good salary. They make movies pretty quickly, and people seem to enjoy them.
I watched the Netflix movie with Reese Witherspoon and
Ashton. What was it called?
Your Place or Mine. Pretty sure it's not this. It was really good.
Your Place or Mine. I'll have to check that out. Maybe we could do that on the show. Now, I know on Real Talk Wednesday we're doing Killing Zoe. Lana had mentioned the week after that she wanted to watch Life as a House. Have you watched that movie?
Oh, I've seen that. It's been a long time, but
so maybe we could all do that. That's a Kevin Kline and
yes,
the guy that played Anakin Skywalker. He's in it.
Yes, I know Kids is looking forward to so
has he mentioned that one? Very cool. Has he rewatched his?
He was talking. He's probably gonna watch it tomorrow.
Okay, I'm probably gonna give it another. Well, I've got to give it another watch. It's been a while. But thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been fun. Stacey, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Tune in to the Other People's Show on tomorrow noon. There's going to be a short, a minute and a half sketch coming out that's written and directed by Lana. This episode will be on Spotify one day this week. Also, Wednesday will be Real Talk, Killing Zoe. And thanks everyone for tuning in. You all have a good night. Bye-bye.